You're such a nerd, Double Dragon 912. Yep, and I'm proud to be a nerd. Video games are awesome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I'm Double Dragon 912, also known as DJ Unity. And ladies and gentlemen, today, got another top 10 for you guys and girls, or rather a top 20 today. I know y'all probably heard of Konami. Konami, before, lately they've been acting crazy, but Konami is one of the best video game third-party publishers, developers out there. I gotta give Konami credit. Although lately they haven't been doing much, but they really been dropping the ball, but they have put out some monster titles. And I gotta give credit what credit due. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's get into this. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 20 has to be, what we got here? Base Wars. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Base Wars were created by Ultra Games. Y'all know, I'm gonna give you a little history on this. Ultra Games was a subsidiary company that Konami had to put in place because Nintendo was crazy back in the day. Nintendo had a crazy rule that if you produce a game, you're going to produce one game. You're a third-party company, you developing stuff for them, you're going to produce one game a year. So I give Konami credit. In order to get around that, they developed games under the label Ultra Games, which is still Konami. They just called themselves a different name. That's how they was able to do the workaround. That's tight, man. I gotta give them credit. But anyways, that's a brief history on Ultra Games and Konami Games. Same people, just had to do a different name because Nintendo crazy rules back in the day. Anyways, Base Wars, ladies and gentlemen, I like this game so much, first and foremost, because shout out to my late cousin. He died, God rest his soul. He gave me this game for my birthday. And this game, ladies and gentlemen, it takes baseball to a whole nother level. Just imagine baseball being played by robots. So robots play the game and got a little music on there. When you hit a home run, like, yeah! I love the little music that it does when you hit a home run. And what was so unique about this game, when you base running, you know how most times you get thrown out, you know what I'm saying? You throw a batter or whoever out when they try to steal a base. On this game, when they try to steal a base or whatever, if it's close, they don't automatically let you get thrown out. You got to fight each other. And depending on what kind of vehicles you have, have some robots with wheels on, some robots with swords, some robots with just plain fisticuffs. And they used to fight it out, ladies and gentlemen. And it was tight. It had like a hockey play and just fighting and baseball all together, man. It's a very unique baseball game, ladies and gentlemen. This game is, I don't know if it's rare, I don't know where it is now, but I still have it, man. This is an awesome game. It's called Base Wars. But ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 20 on my top 20 Konami made games of all time has to be Base Wars. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, number 19, we're moving this thing along. Now, number 19 on my top 20 favorite Konami games made of all time has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Tournament Fighters, like I was saying on the last one of these other videos, y'all want to check that out, all my top 10 favorite turtle games of all time. Tournament Fighters was Konami's / Turtles answer to the Street Fighter craze. Right around this time, Street Fighter was going crazy and people was getting away from beat 'em up. Everybody was hopping on Street Fighter, which, in good reasons, I see why, because Street Fighter, hands down, is one of the greatest fighting games ever made. I gotta give that credit. I give credit what credit due. And that'd be my favorite fighting game of all time, but it is one of the greatest fighting games ever made. Street Fighter 2 is. But Konami said, all right, we're going to hop on this bandwagon. So what they did, they took the Turtles and made a fighting game out of it. Super Nintendo version is the better version. You know, there's a Sega version out there, kind of trash. But I'll be honest with you, the Super Nintendo version is the better version. And Konami made this. You know, you play with your turtles. You play with Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael, and you play with all the villains and other characters out of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe. You got Shredder on there, Shredder's daughter on there, Rat King, just to name a few of the characters that you play with on this game. It is an awesome fighting game. Each turtle has their own combination of moves. It's like literally Street Fighter with turtles. And it's an awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not played this game, I highly recommend you do. You can play it now. You know, you used to have to go and get you a Super Nintendo cartridge, but you can play it now. It's on the Cowabunga collection. Cowabunga! Konami just dropped not too long ago, a few months back. But I highly recommend you play this game. It's off the chain. I love it. Great fighting game. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 19 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter. SNES version.
Rising Thunder. Rising Thunder. Attack. Attack. Rising Thunder. Rising. Let's kick Cell.
Let's kick Cell. Yeah, it played like the old game, man. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, number 18. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 18 has to be X-Men. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the greatest beat-em-ups of all time, ladies and gentlemen. X-Men arcade game. Wow, I remember playing this in the arcade. I pumped so many quarters into this game. My favorite X-Men of all time, ladies and gentlemen, is Wolverine. Come at me with that. That's my boy. And he's my favorite X-Men character of all time. He's off the chain. I used to always play with him. And he was like, even though he's my favorite, I'll be honest with you, even though he's my favorite X-Men character, I didn't play with him all the time. He was my second favorite character I played with. My favorite character I played with was Nightcrawler. I like Nightcrawler. He had a little teleport thing where you can teleport around the screen. But anyways, on this game, it was like some places they had a 6 arcade cabinet, and sometimes they had a 4 arcade cabinet. And I remember the characters on there was Storm, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Wolverine. I think her name was Dasher. I forgot her name. Her and Colossus. Oh, man, that was an awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. And they did, that was a while ago. They did bring it back out on arcades, like in the PlayStation Network and the Xbox Live Arcade Store on 360 and PS3 or whatever. But of course, they took it back down. Because I think Fox had the rights to it, and the license ran out, so they took it back down. So there's really no way you can really play this game unless you get MAME or something. You can play it that way. But man, this game was off the chain. And the funny part about it, when you play Marvel's Capcom 3, Deadpool crazy self, he said, "Magneto, ha ha ha, welcome to die." You making fun of X-Men arcade game. If you play the X-Men arcade game, when you do get to the island, Savage Island, whatever, right before you fight Magneto, he'll say, "X-Men, welcome to die." And Deadpool, he's known for breaking the fourth wall. So that's what he did on when Deadpool fights Magneto on Marvel's Capcom 3. He said, "Ha ha ha, Magneto, welcome to die." It's so funny. Well, yeah, man. Check out X-Men arcade game. I would tell you to buy, but they just sitting on money with that. If you got MAME out there, ladies and gentlemen, that's the only real way you can play it right now, because they took it from the PS3 and Xbox 360 store, unfortunately. But ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 18 has to be X-Men, welcome to die. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 17 has to be the Simpsons arcade game. Wow, this is another one that's been lost in time, ladies and gentlemen. You can't really buy this nowhere because they took it off the Xbox Live and PSN stores. License ran out, so you can't buy this nowhere because it was on sale on the X-Men, on the, what I'm saying, X-Men, on the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live store. It was on sale, but they took that one down too. Only way you can really play this one is you get main. But I used to play this growing up, ladies and gentlemen. Used to put quarters on top of quarters on this one, and pretty much you play with the Simpsons. You play with this 4-player cabinet. You play with Homer Simpson, Marge Simpson, Bart, and Lisa, and y'all trying to save your little sister Maggie because she pretty much sucking on a diamond, I think, and somebody kidnapped her and you trying to go and save her back. This is basic, beat 'em ups ain't complicated. It's just you see the bad guys in front of you and they in your way, and you got to beat them down, and most of the time you got somebody to save. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Just add to it, ladies and gentlemen. Beat 'em ups at its finest. I would tell y'all to try to go play this one. If you got main PC gamers out there, check out the Simpsons arcade game. If you haven't heard of Simpson arcade game, I'm letting you know about it right now. It's an awesome game, awesome beat 'em up classic. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 17 has to be the Simpson arcade game.
Blow up your balloon and go after Maggie. Ready?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this thing rolling. Keep that countdown rolling. Let me stop being silly. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 16 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the PS2/Xbox, OG Xbox GameCube game. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was when Turtles kind of had a reboot. They rebooted the series on Fox or whatever, and this one pretty much is if you watch the new rebooted series, it ain't new now, but at the time it was. This is like a video game that's pretty much in direct comparison of that series, and it was off the chain. This was on the 2-player co-op, and it's awesome 2-player beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And you have your basic story on here. You're trying to beat Shredder. Shredder done lost his mind. It's a different version of Shredder. But you play with the newly drawn turtles. Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael. It's a great beat 'em up, man. I love this beat 'em up game. It's off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I had so much fun with this one. So excited. Let me stop being silly. But yeah, man, this came out on PS2. I wish Konami would have brought this one out on the Cowabunga collection. But this one wasn't as popular as the old school Turtles game. I wish they really brought this out on the Cowabunga collection. But they never did. It's okay. But this game is still out there, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't lock this one up. If you got you a PS2, a OG Xbox, or a GameCube, I think it came out on GameCube, you can buy this game because it's off the chain. I enjoyed it. Good beat 'em ups. It's a good old beat 'em up at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. That's all. What else can be said? It hasn't been said already. If you want to hear more about this, click the iCard or link in the description, and I'll show you where I did the my top 10 favorite turtle games of all time. I'll talk more about that in depth. But ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 16 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles PS2 version.
Oh yeah!
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this thing rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 15 has to be Neo Contra. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Contra is probably one of Konami's greatest series that they ever made. Neo Contra was, I think to this day, is still a PS2 exclusive. And it pretty much takes place, this storyline takes place well in the future. And you're playing with Bill Reiser, and then you got a samurai named Jaguar, I forgot his name. He has a samurai sword, and it's a great Contra game. It kind of got some cel-shaded graphics, and this was the first time you ever seen Contra look like this. And this game is off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. I love the story to this game. I think I beat this game. I had some help though, but I beat this game back in the day, and I still have this game. This is a great game, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my late great cousin. He bought me this game too. Just gave it to me. So here you go, Double Drag. I know you like video games. You love this, and I loved it, man. It's Contra at its finest. On this one, in order to like see the real, I think either the real endings to the games, you got to get a 100% hit ratio down there at the bottom. Because if you don't, you won't beat the mission complete. You got to get like all S missions to beat these games. And this Contra, ladies and gentlemen, was hard. Like I said, these Contra games don't hold your hand. This game did not hold your hand either. This was a tough game. See, if you're gonna play this one, ladies and gentlemen, get you a partner, a companion, or somebody to help you. Hey, listen, don't let pride mess you up, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't nothing wrong with getting help to beat video games. I've been doing it all when I was growing up. Me and my brothers, my two younger brothers, we used to always team up and beat video games. Long as the game get beat, ain't nothing wrong with getting a little help about it. I'm telling you, don't let pride stop you from beating and playing a great game. Get you some help, ladies and gentlemen, when you play these Contra games. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 15 has to be Neo Contra. All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep it rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, for number 14 on my top 20 favorite Contra, not saying Contra, I'm tripping, Konami made games has to be Contra Shattered Soldier. Wow. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is the prequel to the game I just got through talking about. This also came out on PS2. I still think this is a PS2 exclusive. This one's set in the late future, and you play with Bill Reiser and the clone Lucille. She's a girl clone, not girl clone, girl robot or android, whatever she is, and y'all going through the game trying to, of course, save the world. And wow, this is a great game too, ladies and gentlemen. I first played this game. I think I beat this game with my homie Quentin. Yeah, beat this with my homie Quentin, my brother Quentin, brother from another mother Quentin. Me and him went through this game and beat it. And I give Quentin credit. That man was a beast at Contra. He was a beast at Contra. He was like one of the best Contra players out there. Him, I guess shout out to Nate O'Malley too. He played them too. But yeah, man, I used to go through this game. Contra at its finest. Like, what make this game so tight like the other one? The cell shaded graphics had a new old art style. And on this game, ladies and gentlemen, in order to get, like I said, the real endings to the Contra, because there's like 3 or 4 different endings at the end. You know, if you beat the game with a S ranking throughout the game, you get the true ending. But if you don't, you get like a regular ending. Every ending, depending on what you do in the stages, depending on what ending that you get. And my homie Quinn, I gotta give him credit. That joker knew exactly how to get the S rankings on all the Contras, and he'll get the best ending every time. But I played through it with him one time, and me and him went through it and beat it. It's a great Contra game, ladies. Contra at its finest. And I think on this Contra game, you only get like 3 weapons, and you can switch between the 3. But even though you only get 3 weapons, unlike the older Contra games where you got more than 3 weapons, it was pretty tight, ladies and gentlemen. All you needed on that game was like 3 weapons. You just had to make sure you got 100% each time. And it's awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I love me some Contra Shattered Soldier. I had this on PS2. I think I got rid of it, but I did re-downloaded it on the PS3 store. So you can get this game, ladies and gentlemen. It's still on the PS3 store. You can download it for purchase. I'm not for sure if Neo Contra is on there. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong down there in the comment section. But I know this is on the PS3 store. So definitely, if you got a PS3 lying around, download this game and get it, ladies and gentlemen. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 14 has to be Contra Shattered Soldier. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving this countdown right along. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 13 has to be Super C. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Super C is a direct sequel to the original Contra. Super C not only came out on Nintendo, but it also came out in arcades. And I played the arcade version of Contra and Super C. Well, to me, the Nintendo version was a lot better. Super C, ladies and gentlemen, took what worked on Contra and added to it. If it wasn't broke, they didn't try to fix it. They added to it, ladies and gentlemen. On this Contra, Super C was the first time you had the top-down view and different bosses and man, like I said, they added on to what made Contra so great. They just added to it. They didn't go in there and try to redo the game all together like a lot of these developers do. Oh, let's just take out what works and just try something totally different. And you know, sometimes that works, but most of the time it ended up being a fail, a bomb. But I give these developers back in the day, they took their time and they saw what was working. They just added a little bit more mechanics to it. Pretty much on this one, I think they might have kept the same bullets and everything on this game. It's just a upgraded version of Contra. But Super C is off the chain, man. I never beat this game, like I said. I always used to get toward the end, but I haven't beat it yet. I just need to sit down and play it. And shout out, like I said, my late great cousin, Marquise, he found out a code on there. There's a code on there where you can get 9 lives. Shit, we put that code in. Still didn't let us beat that game, because that game kind of hard. It's harder than the OG Contra. But ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 13, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments section, sometime I lose count, is Super C. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving this thing right along. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 12 has to be Gradius 5. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Gradius 5 is a hard game. Ladies and gentlemen, Konami teamed up with Treasure and made an awesome game. Correct me if I'm wrong down there in the comment section. I think this game is still a PS2 exclusive. So Konami, they're known for making great shooters. So they just teamed up with the people that's pretty much, to me, probably the king of making shooters is Treasure. So they teamed up with them and helped them make Gradius 5, and it came out on PS2. Now, I warn you, caution. Do not play Gradius 5. Come in here thinking it's going to be a walkthrough. This game will not hold your hand. It will break you. Make sure you go get some help, ladies and gentlemen. Like I talking earlier, ain't nothing wrong with getting help to beat video games. This is a 2-player co-op. You can go through it together and beat it. But this is a hard game, ladies and gentlemen. Gradius, like I said, won't hold your hand. Gradius ain't finna hold your hand. They're gonna take you through it. And then what's so funny about this game? Gradius will say, "Come on, when you die, come on. Don't you know how to fly a ship?" Now the gameplay footage you probably seen back there is me just going in through there and just first playing it after I ain't played it in a while. That probably see me dying so much. But I need some practice. I'm going to go through this one again. I beat this game, but I had some help. I beat this game, but I did have some help. I ain't afraid to admit it. I ain't scared. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 12 has to be Gradius 5.
Come on, we're just getting started. Please continue.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 11 has to be Zone of the Enders. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this game kind of caught everybody off guard, ladies and gentlemen. I think Hideo Kojima made this game while he was at Konami. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. There's 2 of them, Zone of the Enders 1 and Zone of the Enders 2. And the remastered versions came out on, I think, PS3 and 360. I think 360 had the better version because they didn't know how to quite develop for the PS3 back then because the shell architecture and all that stuff. But man, I think Zone of Enders 1 or 2 came with the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo disc in there, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. I think as the first Zone of Enders. A lot of people bought Zone of Enders 1 just to play Metal Gear Solid 2 demo disc. I gotta give Konami credit. They knew how to sell a game. That's why Zone of Enders sales was so high, because they had that Metal Gear Solid 2. Much anticipated Metal Gear Solid 2, because you beat Metal Gear Solid 1, everybody waiting on part 2, and they're like, man, let's play the demo. Let's just buy Zone of Enders. Probably a lot of folks didn't even play Zone of Enders. But I'm telling you, you missed out. If you hadn't played Zone of Enders 1 and 2, you missed out on some great games. Zone of Enders 1 and 2 were some great games. There's pile of games. If you put it like this, if you like the Gundam anime, this is Gundam, gosh, Gundam, Gundam anime personified. And imagine watching Gundam anime and playing it. You playing the Gundam anime in this Joker. That's how the storylines is. The first one starts out with a little boy. I forgot his name, but I vaguely remember that story. But I remember Zone of Enders' second runner was better. But I'm going to lump them both together in this top 10, because I can top 20, because I can do that. This is my top 20. You leave your top 20 down there in the comments section. Let me stop being silly. But ladies and gentlemen, this games are off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. Please check them out. I think, like I said, they came out on PS3 and 360. I think they might have made a remastered version on PS4. VR only, though. I think it's VR headset only, but I think I could be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong down there in the comment section. But Zone of Enders, like I said, is Gundam, like actually playing Gundam. you watch the anime Gundam. All my anime fans out there, y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know Gundam. You watch Gundam. This is Gundam in a video game, pretty much. That's all I need to say about that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 11 has to be Zone of the Enders 1 and 2.
Did I win?
I have confirmed that the target has ceased all functions. You are correct. You did win.
Who are you?
I am Ada, the advanced battle computer of this Jehuti. I detect that you are not the frame runner who was scheduled to pilot the orbital frame.
No, I'm not. I just ran in here while trying to escape. Whoa!
I have detected several targets exterior to the hangar, unable to confirm the exact number from this position. Move outside following the direction of the arrow.
How do I do that?
Do you want me to explain how to manipulate the frame?
Please.
Roger. This is the end of the training session.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 10. This one gonna kind of shock you. Y'all might not heard of this one. It's called NBA in the Zone. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, back in the day, before Madden and 2K Sports took over everything, you know, we got a monopoly on the sports market of video games now. Nowadays, the only two games out there is NBA 2K and Madden, unfortunately. But back in the day, we used to have some competition. Shout out to the Hard 8 Time. Competition is good. Competition is good. Back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, we had a game called NBA in the Zone. And it came out on PlayStation 1. And it was made by Konami. And In the Zone was off the chain. Typical basketball game. But what was so tight about NBA in the Zone was the music. Whoever made the music back in the day for Konami, especially NBA in the Zone, oh, I got to give them folks credit. Credit what credit due. It's some of the best music I've ever heard on a video game in my life. I still jam to this in the car sometime. I still jam to this music sometime, ladies and gentlemen. When I'm just sitting up here chilling, I still jam the NBA Zone music. Now, I never did play Volume 2, but I did play the first volume, and the music just off the chain. And each quarter had its own specific music. and each music just was awesome. Good jazz sounding, and y'all know I love me some jazz. Just the music on NBA in the Zone is off the chain, and they had official licensed players on each team. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a great basketball game. But like I said, if in any game, if you got good music, you got DJ Unity hooked. You got me hooked. You make good music on the game, you got me hooked, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 10 has to be NBA in the Zone.
Anderson for three. The ball, wow. From downtown. The ball goes to Bull. Yeah, he got it. Scott. Scott got it. The ball goes to Matt Scott. Rebound taken by Bull.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we down to number 9, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 9 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Hyperstone Heist, ladies and gentlemen, was the Sega version of Turtles in Time. You know, this one didn't get much credit because, you know, it was going up pretty much against Turtles in Time. And they both came out at the same time. You know, Konami, I think Super Nintendo had that crazy license where they couldn't make a game, the same game for both consoles at the time. It had to be different, some kind of craziness. Nintendo had a lock, boy. Nintendo had a lock on this video game market, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all better thank God for Sega and them. Sega, even though they had a rough start, they were battling Nintendo, and thanks to Sega, we got competition and, you know, had some great games produced. Because Nintendo was bullets back in the day, boy. There was some bullets in the video game industry. But that's another story for another time. But Hyperstone Heist, ladies and gentlemen, is an awesome beat 'em up. You know, y'all, like I say, y'all know I love beat 'em ups. In this game, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm not going to try to repeat myself too much because, you know, you want to see more further in depth on this Hyperstone Heist. Check out the video I did on my top 10 favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games of all time. This game is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. You can actually play this game. Go pick up the Cowabunga collection. It's on there. You can actually play this game. Great game, great stages. Sega Genesis, man. Stuff you didn't think the Sega Genesis could do. That was a powerful little machine, and they made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist. I loved it. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 9 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist.
Pizza time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 8 has to be Contra, ladies and gentlemen, the OG Contra. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what else can be said about Contra that has not already been said? Contra is probably one of the greatest games of all time, ladies and gentlemen. I recently, ladies and gentlemen, I did it on my own. I didn't record it. One of these days I'm going to record and show you guys. I beat Contra without the 30 live code. Man, that was hard. That was tough. I did it. I did it. You know, I ain't got nothing to prove. I did it for myself. No, some people didn't believe me, but I did it. But what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is go through it on the channel and show you guys that I can do it. Because I did it before. Did it once, I can do it again. I want to show you guys that I beat Contra without the 30 lives code. But man, everybody that don't play Contra know about the 30 lives code. If you don't know, you must be living on a rock. Up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. Or if you're doing 2 players, up, down, left, right, B, A, select, start. See, I knew it. I still know that code by heart, man. And that's pretty much the Konami universal code on most Konami games. That's the universal code, ladies and gentlemen. But man, Contra, oh, great memories on Contra, ladies and gentlemen. What else can be said, man, besides it being an awesome running gun, shoot 'em up game? Trying to take out the whatever that is. I don't know what that is. You're trying to take out aliens. You're trying to take them out and save the world. And man, awesome game. 8 stages is pure fun and bliss. Love Contra, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, like I said, you got great music. You got me hooked. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to waste your time on this no more. Double Dragon 912 is tripping. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 8. There we go. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 has to be Contra. Let's keep this party rolling, 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 rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 7 on my top 20 favorite Konami-made games of all time has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, The Manhattan Project, like I've already said in my other previous video, I'm not going to touch too much on this, has great music, great beat 'em up, at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. This one kind of, like I said, went under the radar because, you know, at the time when this came out, this was like the last hoorah for the Nintendo, and everybody was gearing up for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, which came out on Super Nintendo, I think later that year or the next year or something like that. This one kind of getting left under the radar, but this game was great. 2-player co-op, beat 'em up at its finest, shred up to no good, gotta save April, save the New York, awesome game. What else can be said that I haven't been said already? I'm going to be quiet. So, ladies and gentlemen, this one's going to be kind of short. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 7 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this party rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 6 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. Wow, I know y'all saying, man, Double Dragon, there's a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in this countdown. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Konami made some great Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. Since then, they haven't really been that good. Well, I can't say that. Shredder's Revenge was great. It was a great game. For the people out there that trying to say it's better than the old Turtles game, y'all done lost your mind. You're smoking crack, my friend, to quote my brother from another mother, John, to quote him. Still, when it comes to making Turtle games, hands down, Konami is the best. Don't get me wrong, Shredder's Revenge is awesome. I got it, bought it, and I have the DLC for it. Awesome game. Still ain't got nothing on OG Turtles. Turtles in Time, ladies and gentlemen, what else can be said that has not been said about it already? Great, beat 'em up at its finest. Super Nintendo version only had 2 players. And I have recently got a chance to play the arcade version. And to me, the Super Nintendo version is still better. So I played it, and like there's subtle differences in there. Like they left out in the arcade version, you don't fight Slash, you don't fight Cowboy. I'm saying Cowboy. Bebop and Rocksteady, you don't fight them. Instead, you fight something different. And really and truly, y'all, to me, the Super Nintendo version is better. Y'all want to find out on your own? Buy the Cowabunga collection, and you can check it out for yourselves. Y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about, because there's 2 different versions out there. To me, the Super Nintendo version was off the chain. They used that Mode 7 to throw the enemies into the screen. But I digress. Y'all know about Turtles 4. I ain't gonna waste your time with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number, what was it, 6, has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time.
Big Apple, 3 a.m.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving right along. Moving right along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the top 5, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 5 has to be Sunset Riders. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've played Sunset Riders on the Super NES and Sega Genesis, and I also played it in the arcade. And I think I could never beat the Super Nintendo version. That mode was tough. One of these days I'm going to have to go through and play it. I think I beat the Sega Genesis version. The Sega Genesis version was kind of gimped down. You can only play with 2 characters on there, whereas the Super Nintendo version you play with 4 characters, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. Steve, Bob, and the shotgun guys and the pistol guys. Pretty much a tight running gun shooter. And it's 2-player co-op. That was so tight about it. In arcade I think it was 4-player co-op. But man, this is off the chain. Konami at its finest, doing this thing. They pretty much an old western, go through getting the bounties for different evil bosses. I think there was one of these games that's taking over the west, and you the cowboys and gotta save the day. Yay! This one has some good music too. Sunset Riders, man. Love me some Sunset Riders, ladies and gentlemen. I think Sunset Riders, the arcade version, is actually on sale on the PSN and Xbox Live. You can actually go back download these, but I already been bought Sunset Riders. I got the Super Nintendo version, and I think I have the arcade version thanks to my homie Ben who hooked me up with Maine. So I think I'm covered on that. But man, play Sunset Riders, ladies and gentlemen. All my shoot 'em, running gun shooter fans, y'all will like this. It kind of like got some country elements in it and mixed with cowboys. And it's off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all need to check this one out. Sunset Riders, most time go under the radar, but it's a good game. I like it. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 5 has to be Sunset Riders. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 has to be Gradius 3 SNES version. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of talked about this. I've talked about this a whole lot on my top 2015, actually, favorite Smups of all time. Y'all want to check that video out. There'll be a link going across there. Check that out after you finish this video, please, if you don't mind. Coming in number 4, like I said, Gradius 3. Wow. Super Nintendo version, loved it, ladies and gentlemen. This is my, first swore way into Gradius. I don't think I played the Gradius games growing up. Because I think the first Gradius game wasn't even called Gradius that came out on Nintendo. I don't think I played it back in the day. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really get into Gradius until the Super Nintendo version, the Gradius 3. And me and my brothers, mainly my second brother, right up under me and him played it a lot. We used to put in the code to get the option, infinite options, and not infinite options, but power ups. You still can die. I don't care. Listen, Gradius 3 is a hard game, ladies and gentlemen. Even though you put the code in, it's still they'll kill you. They will take you out. They don't care. You may have that little code in, but hey, if you don't know what you're doing, you still can die. So the Double Dragon, you suck, man. You have to put in codes. Yeah, I ain't gonna be prideful like most people saying, man, I ain't got to beat you without a code. Yeah, more power to you. I tip my hat off to you. You the better gamer than me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I need a code. I put in the code and I beat the game. Hey, I ain't afraid to admit it. I ain't scared. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop being silly. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 has to be Gradius 3 SNES version. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last 3. Like I said, thank you for sticking with me for this long. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 3 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original arcade game. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Konami for bringing this out on the Cowabunga collection. That's the legitimate way you can play it. Because before then, the only way you could play it is either MAME or unlocking it on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus. And then it wasn't even like a full version. It's something was wrong with it. Somebody said something. I forgot what they said. I had to do my research on that one. But I'm glad that you can actually just go out and just buy this game now, with the Cowabunga collection. And I have so many arcade memories on this one, ladies and gentlemen. When you growing up in the 90s, ladies and gentlemen, you were a little boy, you was a Turtles fan. Well, if you weren't a Turtles fan, you're just different. Something was wrong with you. I was just playing. Ain't nothing wrong with you. It's just difference of opinion. But most people I knew was Turtles fans. And we used to go into the arcade and it'd be me and 3 other little boys over there putting quarters in the machine, or tokens. Y'all know what I'm talking about, in the arcades. Beating turtles. My favorite turtle was Michelangelo. Still my favorite turtle. That's my boy. Me and Michelangelo, we ride and die together. Me and him can eat all the pieces in the world. Ain't that right, Mikey? Cowabunga, dude. That's right, Mikey. That's my boy. Anyways, what else can be said that has not been said about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game? Beat 'em ups at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't even gonna go into depth with this. I did go into depth with this with my Turtles video, so I'm gonna make it a little shorter today. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 3 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. Dun, 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 dun. Snake! Ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 2 has to be Metal Gear Solid 2. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Metal Gear Solid 2 was one of the most anticipated PS2 games ever, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people was waiting for this game because everybody loved the first game and it was off the chain. Then we heard that they was going to make a sequel for PS2. It was going to be a PS2 exclusive at the time, and then eventually it came to Xbox. But, man, we was so much looking forward to this game. Everybody played the demo. In the demo, you played with Snake the whole time. And with Kojima, that old sly devil Kojima, boy, he tricked everybody. Everybody thought the game was going to be about Snake the whole time. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Only maybe, 34 or 25% of the game is with Snake, and the rest of the game is with Raiden. And he shocked a lot of people. He took Snake out of the equation and added Raiden into the game. And boy, that's one of those most thing that'll flip you upside down on your head. Kojima, boy, he threw everybody for a loop and put Raiden in the game. But even though Raiden is not Snake, ladies and gentlemen, it's still a great game. Even though you get to play with Raiden the whole second half of the game. So you guys out there that haven't played Metal Gear Solid 2 yet, like I said, spoiler alert, you only play with Snake 25% of the game, and the rest of the game you play with Raiden. So be prepared for that. Although Raiden is, like I said, he's not Snake, but he is a good, character. You know, he a lovable character. He ain't no dull character. I give him that. He's a lovable character. And he ended up making another game on his own. I don't know if it's canon or not. Metal Gear Rising. I don't know if that's canon or not. I'm not for sure on that. Y'all leave links down there in the comment section if it is. Let me know. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. I read the comments, by the way. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. Sons of Liberty. When it first came out, man, everybody and their mama bought this game. It was like pretty much a PS2, one of the launch title. It came out a few months after PS2 launch. But man, this game really showed you what the PS2 could do. Kojima, and he knew how to work around systems. And like I said, pretty much on this game, you battling the Patriots. I ain't gonna tell you who they are, but that's the big boss. No, it's not Big Boss. Y'all gonna find out more about him when you play through all the Metal Gear games. They're about to make the Metal Gear Remaster Collection coming out soon. So this will get you hyped for that, ladies and gentlemen. Go play it. It's about to come back out on the PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and it's gonna come out to the Nintendo Switch. So may not look as good as the other consoles, but hey, everybody will be able to play these Metal Gear Solid games, which is great. I might buy them and I might not, because I already got all the Metal Gears, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I'm going to actually buy that collection. I ain't decided yet. Depends on how they look and how I feel at the time. Y'all know how that goes. But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 2 has to be Metal Gear Solid 2, Guns of the Patriots.
What's that? Who's there? I got him. Send reinforcements.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. We're winding this thing down, ladies, and we're finally down to number 1. Now, my number 1 favorite Konami made game of all time is Metal Gear Solid. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I never will forget. I heard about this game. I was in school at the time, and shouts out to my homie Mike. Mike Markham, that was his name. I mean, he kept talking about it. He said, Metal Gear Solid, this game is off the chain. It's going to be this, it's going to be that, it's going to be this, and it's going to be that. See, back then when I grew up, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have the luxury that a lot of you younger games I have of YouTube and the internet. None of that existed back when I was in high school. It was either it existed or it might have just been getting around. We had to rely on magazines and word of mouth. So he came up in class when they kept talking about Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid. I had never heard of Metal Gear Solid. I didn't know what that was. So man, this guy keep talking about Metal Gear Solid. I said, we're going to have to try this. So one day, we ended up renting the game. I think we either rented it or whatever. Our homie Quentin, at the time, he came over and we played Metal Gear Solid all night long. All night long. All night. And we all together, all three of us, 4 of us, me and my 2 brothers and Quentin, we all stuck together and beat that game together. And it was off the chain. We love Metal Gear Solid, man. Snake, the storyline was genius. And then the boss characters all had their very unique personalities. Snake, Alakon, Meryl, yeah. That's just some of the characters. And then you had the Kodak, where they constantly talking to you the whole time. Plot twist. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys and girls that haven't played the Metal Gear series out there yet. Please, I beg you, I implore you, go play Metal Gear Solid, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, they're about to bring a upgraded version out, which comes out either this week or next week. I can't remember, but it's coming out this month in October. If you haven't played it, wait till it come out then. Or, like I said, there's other versions out there. There's the Metal Gear Solid collection on PS3, 360, and they got a Metal Gear Solid Legacy collection on PS4, not PS4, on PS3. That's a unique version, and they got all types of Metal Gear Solid collections out there now. But like I said, they about to bring a remastered version out. Just wait for that version to come out if y'all haven't played Metal Gear yet. But Metal Gear Solid is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. What else can be said besides it being an awesome game, ladies and gentlemen? Stealth at its finest. I'll tell y'all this, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason I heard about Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell came out, everybody kept saying that was a great game. But when I heard that it was pretty much stealth, cloning Metal Gear Solid, I was like, man, I ain't finna play this. This is a fake Metal Gear Solid ripoff. That's why I never played the Splinter Cell games, because I always thought of them as a fake Metal Gear Solid ripoff. And I was, me back then, younger Cineo, he was all Metal Gear or die, you know what I'm saying? I was loyal. Loyal to a fault. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes loyalty can mess you up sometimes, but I just want to give you words of wisdom on that. Sometimes being loyal is good, sometimes it's being bad. Just want to give y'all some words of wisdom on that, so y'all won't get caught up in the same mess I got caught into. But that's neither here nor there. But ladies and gentlemen, coming in number one has to be Metal Gear Solid, ladies and gentlemen. Love Metal Gear Solid. But that wraps it up today, ladies and gentlemen, for my top 20 favorite Konami-made games of all time. Leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen, of your top 20 favorite Konami-made games of all time. I would really like to know your top 20s down there in the comment section. Thank you guys and girls for watching. Stay tuned for more great top 10s and top 20s on the way. Double Dragon 912 signing out. Peace out.